Over the last 55 years, I have pursued an eclectic research program focused on three related passions: connecting a firm's long-term performance to its stock market valuation, knowledge building, and systems thinking. This is described in an autobiography of my work titled My Value Creation Journey, which is soon to be available on Amazon. My work fits together by viewing knowledge building and value creation as opposite sides of the same coin. In order to emphasize the connectedness of this work, I explain the key 10 ideas that evolved from my work in a series of short videos. At the end of each video, the key idea is condensed into a one-sentence takeaway. Taken together as a package deal, the 10 ideas constitute a holistic foundation for learning about knowledge building and value creation. As such, there is merit in considering this package of ideas as a foundation for business education. Let's begin with video number 1, which focuses on perception. The key message from cognitive science is that past experiences shape how we perceive the world. Our perceptions are predictions of what ought to be out there. By the way, two top-notch cognitive scientists have recently authored superb books that lay out insights about how our brains work in plain language. Lisa Feldman Barrett, 7.5 Lessons About the Brain. Also highly recommended is Andy Clark, The Experience Machine, How Our Minds Predict and Shape Reality. For a long time, I have studied a diverse literature on the question, how do you know what you think you know? This eventually led to some fascinating visual demonstrations by Adelbert Ames Jr. in the 1950s. Ames was way ahead of the prevailing view at that time that perception occurred similar to the operation of a camera. I traveled to San Francisco to see firsthand some of the Ames demonstrations at the Exploratorium that focuses on human perception. Here is a famous Ames distorted room, which still appears in many modern psychology textbooks. When I look into this room, even though I am aware of its unusual construction that radically differs from normal construction, I still perceive people in the room as hugely different in height. This is due to the strong pull of past experiences with rectangular construction and level floors. Keep in mind, past experiences shape your perceptions. Only by gaining new, concrete experiences, such as touching parts of the room with a stick, is a person able to change their perceptions. Through a series of journal articles and multiple books, I have developed a way of thinking about knowledge building as traversing a knowledge building loop. Let's start with a knowledge base that contains assumptions of varying degrees of reliability and typically rooted in linear cause and effect. Our behavior is rooted in a hierarchy of purposes, from taking care of our family to lower level purposes such as getting to work on time. Our worldview represents strongly held ideas and beliefs through which we interpret and interact with the world. As already noted, we actively participate through past experiences in shaping our perceptions. The actions we take and their consequences provide feedback by which we accept or reject assumptions. My work in applying this knowledge-building loop has led me to pay attention to language and the assumptions behind words, to rely more and more on systems thinking, and to ask better questions. I have spent considerable time in applying this knowledge-building loop to better understand successes and failures in business. Video number 2 uses this approach to analyze the fascinating knowledge-building journey of the Wright brothers in teaching the world how to fly. Here is a takeaway. The knowledge-building loop emphasizes the role of past experiences in shaping our perceptions, which is consistent with how our brains evolved, not to promote accuracy, but to promote survival.